AI Accelerator is a program where we support local and ethical and sustainable startups. We try to help and support the entrepreneurship with that they are diverse from different sectors. We help them with the workshops, focus session groups, mentorship, sustaining them in the theory but also in the practicing, and connecting them with the different hubs that they are in Brussels. The program is 6 months. During 6 months, we are doing 2 sessions per month. In general, they start around March, and then there is the summer break down in July and August. And then in September, we prepare them to pitch the investors, and the final demo will be at the FARI AI conference in Brussels.
I am Pablo. I am originally from Spain. I'm 53 years old, have 2 kids. My daughter is 8 years old, my boy is 3 years old. I've worked in the car industry for 20 years in Germany, France and Spain. And since 8 years I'm part of robotics, trying to basically accelerate the adoption of human-centric robotics. That's pretty much who I am. In 3 axes. One is really like the theoretical courses and the videos that you can actually follow on your own path, that I found very convenient, where you really get used to the concepts, the processes, etc., etc. And that was very useful. The other thing that was very valuable was the coach. So we got this coach assigned from a VC. In my case was Simon. Hi, Simon, and thanks a lot for what you did. And it was very interesting because they don't invest in pure hardware like what I'm doing, which meant that our relationship was very clean from the beginning. I knew what I could expect from him, and he knew what that he could give to me without any personal implication or any issues in that sense. And so it was a very productive exchange to look at your startup project from the eyes of a high-risk investor, because they look at that completely different to how I looked at, or even people from a bank or whatever. So that was also very, very interesting. And the last thing was the people, like having a lot of colleagues around. In the case of the FARI, most of them come from academia, which means they are researchers doing very interesting research that we're all very excited to discuss. But also being able to explain to people who have no background on robotics or gearboxes my project. Well, those were my first pitches, and I learned a lot from explaining that. I would summarize my participation to FARI as giving me a map into this process of launching a startup. I come from industry. I worked 20 years in the industry, so I knew what businesses were about. I know what industry is about, but the whole startup context is very specific. It has different rules. They use different literature, and I was pretty lost when I started my FARI accelerator in that sense. And the FARI gave me a map on where I was when I was moving and what was relevant in the process and what to look at. The whole way how I would look at robotics when I started 8 years to how I look at robotics today has changed, and of course the FARI Accelerator played a role in that. And basically I have now come to believe that robotics has a huge potential to help people, right? To help people who have lost a limb or have some injuries for work, or help people like me when I grow older. And I have to say I like to think that I will help someone build a robot that can take care of myself when I am too old to do it myself, so that I don't have to punish my daughter or my son taking care of me. And for me, that's a very strong motivation. Another thing that is very valuable, I think, is is the sustainability part. I think that's very important that we start thinking that if we're going to have a lot of robots out there, they cannot consume a lot of energy. And so sustainability has also been a focus for our development, trying to really minimize the energy consumption. Those were focus that I didn't have when I started in robotics. I came to robotics, to be honest, because as an engineer, it was cool. So I wanted to do robotics. And yeah, now they have this through the this team, which what we do here, we call it human-centric robotics. I have come to understand the human layer of robotics and to actually put it very high on my priority list. Yeah. If you are a researcher or coming from the university, you have a great idea that you think, I want to be an entrepreneur, I have this idea that could be a potential, I think that you don't really have another choice. It's a fantastic accelerator for this profile, to let you test, okay, what does it come down to? Are you actually an entrepreneur? Do you really have the skills and the will? It's a tough journey, so you really have to want it. And that's something that you will learn by the end of FARI. What is the pull of my product? Is this really a product? Is there a business behind what I'm doing? And am I an entrepreneur, or do I need someone else to take part of that entrepreneurship from me? So if you're in that profile, I think that, yeah, you should not let that opportunity pass away. ILOS does this. We do gearboxes. We do gearboxes like the ones that you have in your bike or in your car, but we do gearboxes for robots. So whenever you have a robotic device like an exoskeleton, a prosthetics, or a robotic arm, at every joint you will have a gearbox like that and a robot. Those are actually responsible for allowing the robot to move. And so we do gearboxes that what they do is they can cut the weight of these robots by about a half. And if you have a robot that is much lighter, that means that it's safer to interact, which is our objective, to have robots that can be working very close to humans. They're also more energy efficient because they need to move less weight, right? And yeah, they're also more cost effective. So that's what we do. We do gearboxes for we say, to shift modern robotics into high gear. ILOS is still in the process of being launched. So the company is now incorporated. We are 3 founders in the game, Dirk, Stein, and me. And we have now some interesting market leads, some market traction. So we have some customers, some of them overseas from the US, that are very interested in our project. So what we're trying now is to consolidate that into a VC round, into a private funding investment, and that's the situation we are at.
If you want to apply, please visit our website or our LinkedIn page, or you can also check all the other channels. We have a dedicated page that you can apply, search for information, or you can contact us via all the mailing of FARI, and we will be happy to help you and to support you and to guide you through the application and through all the relevant information that you may need.